Welcome to the Flights of the Round Table Podcast, broadcasting from the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. And now, here are your hosts, Dan, Drew, Daniel, and Florian.
And welcome in, everybody. This is episode 40. All right, the big 40 of the Flights of the Round Table Podcast. Can you guys believe this is episode 40?
You kind of confused me there at the for a second.
Why? How?
Well, you said
you like spelled a number.
I had to think about it.
Yeah, you're like 40.
Yeah,
It's about
40.
It's about to give like a telephone number. Contact us at 40. No, but welcome in, everybody. Thank you for coming back. If you are new here, follow us on socials. You can find us at FOTRT Podcast on anywhere you get your podcast, anywhere you get your social media. We appreciate you tuning in. So if you are a consistent viewer, thanks for coming back. And you may notice something different here. So Dan is not here. Dan is in the mountains, becoming one with the nature or something like that.
Yeah, I think he recently became a West Virginia fan, and he's like becoming a Mountaineer. I don't even know where he is.
Talk about a trade-off.
Yeah, I don't know where he is. Is he in West Virginia?
No,
Did he go that far?
He's in Charlotte. I mean, not Charlotte. In
I would be a little
Carolina.
scared if I was in West Virginia.
Yeah.
You never know what happens there.
No, I've been to West Virginia. I did like a little trip over the weekend, a long time ago. West Virginia is cool, man. It's very nice.
I went skiing there
But
one
there is
time.
nothing there. Yeah,
Was it snowshoe?
Yeah, snowshoe. That's like the biggest ski place in the East Coast.
Is it
Snowshoe.
really?
It was.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Yeah.
Didn't
Great.
even think they have high mountains over there.
They were plenty high. They were steep. They were steep.
They're
Not
high
as
in more
high,
than
they were
one way.
steep.
Those mountains, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the other way is.
The
Oh,
mountains
wow.
are smoking.
You're so innocent. But yeah, people, welcome in today. So NFL season is starting. We're going to be a little more NFL centric, right? We're going to pick some games, talk more about football. So, if that's not what you're all about, don't worry. We're still going to throw in our gimmicks, but we have to capitalize on the season.
Yeah, we won't be gimmickless, but I mean, we love us some football. I've been looking forward to this for a very long time. Tomorrow we got the game of the fucking season, arguably already, but we won't spoil anything. Drew, let's kick it off.
Yeah. But here's something about the NFL season. Would you rather not watch any football for the whole NFL season, or would you rather not talk to your own mother for the whole NFL season?
Bye, Mom.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Could we just text
talk,
or?
We barely talk already during NFL season.
just
I mean,
text.
it is
Easy
what it is.
decision.
I'd be glued to the TV as a kid. It is what it is. My fucking eyes are on that. Fuck off.
I'm really getting really good at writing letters. I can tell you that.
That's what I was going to say.
But
really
also,
good.
Dear Mom.
My mom probably will see this. So I love you, Mom. It's
Yeah.
no offense.
I love you, Mom, too. So
Can
I'm
you
sorry.
imagine? They just tuned in, like, woo, missed that.
Yeah, she's watching it live. Like, I swear, this boy, backhand him.
Get back in there.
Oh, you want to play a game of front hand, backhand? Sure.
So you think you're talking about tennis?
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, I think she's talking about tennis, but it's really just physical abuse.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we got a lot to store today. Before we get into some NFL, I want to throw something at you guys. Okay, have you ever been kicked out of anything?
I have
What have you been kicked out of?
a few things. I would say
Yeah. Daniel's the man to get kicked out of something.
the mall.
What did you do in the mall to get kicked out?
I would say the better one was I got kicked out of a Walmart.
Okay.
That one was a good story.
All right, tell.
What are the quick details?
We put someone in a box and put the box in the middle of the floor.
What did the person do in the box?
And then finally some employee came to move the box. The person jumped out, scared the crap out of the employee, and then we got kicked out.
I remember we did that back in high school. We went to Target and we did that.
Oh yeah, we did that a lot.
That's pretty good. So did you use a box already in the store? Or did you
Yes,
bring
one of
him in?
one of those
cargo men.
the Tupperware boxes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Big one.
Essentially the one he has in his truck right now for our pool stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember. I think he fit Burnsy in there.
Yes, it was Burnsy.
Yeah, he stuffed him in there. just like all curled up, and then someone tried to lift the box, put it back on the shelf, and he screamed out, "Blah!"
Dude, we could hardly lift that box.
Yeah,
Wow.
Took two of us.
I mean, yeah, he was a shorter guy, but probably weighed like 110 pounds, 120.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a lot to lift.
That's crazy. I mean, that's a good reason to get kicked out. Now, let me ask you if this is a good reason to get kicked out. Okay, so the U.S. Open quarterfinals. These two guys. He's a YouTube star. His name is J.I.D.N. Never heard of him.
Oh,
Okay, so
Yeah.
they pull out like a whole barber's equipment inside the U.S. Open in the stands, like second row up, and he starts giving this guy a haircut, and the guy's loving it, getting this haircut, and they got kicked out of the stadium for giving a haircut in the middle of the U.S. Open tennis match.
Wow, I can see how that they didn't like that because you're supposed to be quiet, and I can hear like the. Hold up.
Yeah.
That's
what do you
hilarious.
think?
I can't believe I haven't seen that like on YouTube or like not so top plays on SportsCenter or
Wait,
whatever it is.
is this
right?
the same guy that did this at a basketball game?
It probably was. I don't have any context, but he's like the notorious, like, sort of like a
Haircut
hitman,
guy.
but like a haircut
the barber?
Okay, okay.
A barber.
I feel like at a basketball game or an NFL game or something, because it's already so loud, right? It probably would go unnoticed, honestly. Like unless the camera is like finds them, and all those people, right? But at a tennis match, it's already a smaller venue, and you're right. You do have to be quiet. So but that's what makes it funny is because it's like. It is really hard not to notice that.
Yeah. Can you imagine he got done with the haircut? He pulls out the lawnmower 3.0.
Yeah. And was it like a crazy haircut too?
No, it's just like a
funny
typical fade. I mean,
Oh.
yeah.
one? Yeah, he got lined up and everything.
Yeah,
It's
lined up.
clean.
Love it.
Can you imagine if he didn't finish? Only got one part of the head.
Yeah, that would make it funnier.
I would just be-
before he gets kicked out. Or
I would tell my
escorted.
barber, "You're not leaving. You don't get paid if you leave."
He's like he's getting pulled away. He's like, no.
He got paid in clout probably. That's
Yeah,
what it was. He
that's
got paid
true.
in clout.
That's true.
That's funny. I want to throw that out there because I thought that was hilarious. But with football season coming up, we're going to have a lot of snacks. We're going to have a lot of food, okay? Football is not football without the food.
I love
For sure.
So I want you guys to rank snacks that you typically eat during football.
I can't wait.
All
I
right.
hope we have.
I'm getting hungry
I'm
already.
hoping
Not
we
even-
have some of these snacks available this upcoming Sunday. I can tell you that.
Please.
3 days away.
Please.
Dude, 3 days away. Let's get order Asian one. But please go on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm about to make my own self hungry. Okay, we got buffalo chicken dip, wings, and chips and guacamole. Rank those bad boys. 1, 2, 3.
Here's the thing. This is the thing. It's between the wings and the guac for me. And I put the guac ahead of the wings unless the wings are like from like a farmer's market or something like that.
Wings from a farmer's market.
Yeah, those are
I feel like that's too
amazing.
many calories
You-
for a farmer's
You
market.
classy broad.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say.
What about good old Walmart, name brand or not name brand, off-brand wings, their brand.
They're
whatever.
number 2.
The
But
roll,
like
the rollback special.
But prepared by like, say we just went crazy and we made some crazy flavored wings, right? We put like 2 different rubs on it. We smoke it on Dan's smoker, smoked wings.
Okay, you might.
Smoked is underrated.
I might put that number 1 over guac then. Yeah.
Yeah, because guac, it is what it is. You can make it fresh and you can make it your own way, and that is definitely a contender for sure. But I feel like you can get really creative with wings, right?
Okay.
It's like the protein factor too. It's like you're getting a whole ass protein there, and like chips and guac is like a little less hearty. Bang for your buck.
I mean,
is that a factor in this?
Yeah, it is. I could crush a whole bag of chips and probably still be hungry, and like run out of guac too. And then once you run out of the guac, you're just eating like these dry ass chips, right? And there's even the beer can't wash that down. So, so yeah,
enough.
I'm gonna go wings. I'm gonna go guac and chips second, and buffalo chicken ranch. What did you
Buffalo
say?
chicken dip.
Buffalo chicken dip. Nah, I never even think about that for football. That doesn't even cross my mind. I'll never bring that.
Me neither, but it's so popular these days, and that's why I included it. I mean, I'm echoing y'all are saying that is easy 3 on this list. But
Yeah.
why is that? Like, what about buffalo chicken dip? It's just
I don't know.
Well, I don't like spicy, so that's why it takes it right to the last for me.
okay, but it's not even that spicy.
That's true.
He thinks
I
black pepper is
agree.
spicy.
Buffalo just doesn't have a good taste to me. It's just
It's a little too strong sometimes. Like, not from a spice level, but just
Yeah.
like the flavor itself is a little too strong.
That's a good point.
Sometimes.
Fair.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not even like the best dip available.
Yeah, it's probably the worst.
If we're doing overrated,
Yeah, honestly.
yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. If we're doing overrated, underrated, properly rated, overrated.
Overrated.
Overrated for sure.
Yeah.
It's like something someone brings just because it's almost like you have to have it for like the aesthetic of like being at a tailgate or at a party or something like that. But no one actually fucking likes it, I feel like. It's like 20% of people like that.
Yeah, I feel like every time I have left a tailgate, good point, Florian. I like this. Like half the dish is still left.
Yeah.
And it's like crusty as hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like you dip a chip in there just to try. You're hoping it's going to be different this time. And then you eat it again, and you're like, oh, God, dude, fuck this. And that's it. You probably, like, 5 people dip their first chip in there and like, no, fuck that. I'm good.
Yeah.
Never came back.
Yeah, never came back.
That's true, and that's why people do try it though, because all the other good stuff is crowded by, and you're just hungry. You're trying to get something. Buffalo chicken dip.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the last
Overrated.
resort.
Yeah.
Last resort.
It's good for a single dip.
So wings or guac, real quick.
Florian changed me to wings. Wings, guac, buffalo.
Wings reign supreme.
Yeah. Wing boys.
Wing boys, flap those wings.
I like that.
Let's take off.
Yeah.
What's wrong with this guy?
If you get a
All
Red Bull
right.
or something.
All right,
Yeah.
good stuff, good stuff. So we got the appetizer for the football. Now let's get into some football. We got week 1 news and notes, okay?
Tell me
Yes.
something good, Drew.
Yeah, tell
got-
me something that I don't know. And I've been scouring Bleacher Report lately.
Oh,
so
God.
I know quite a few of things that's going on. So you tell me.
The Bleacher Report's always an interesting name to me.
Yeah,
So did they bleach the bleachers?
it's a good question.
They reported the bleaches.
They reported the bleachers.
I had to think about that for a
Yeah,
second.
it's like this is a violation of Code 252 subsection C. It's like not high enough.
yeah, this isn't a bleacher. This is a stand.
Yeah.
Paint them all. Paint them all pink.
What distinguishes bleachers from stands? That's a question.
That is a good question.
But please, you go ahead with the news.
I feel like Joe Pa can answer that.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either. All right, NFL news and notes. Week 1, we have Tyler Lockett coming out publicly saying that Seattle fans should cheer Russell Wilson when the Denver Broncos take on Seattle Seahawks in Seattle this weekend.
You're saying Tyler Lockett said that?
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. I like that. That, you know what? Because, he's been there for so long,
He was there for a pretty long time. But does that mean you should cheer on the other team's quarterback?
I wouldn't say cheer on, but just like cheer him on just for whenever he walks out. Yeah. Not throughout the whole game, but when he walks out, yeah, I think a standing ovation is deserved.
Okay, what do you think, Florian?
Yeah. I don't know Seahawks history that well, but I assume he won them their only Super Bowl. It's a tough one.
Didn't they? Who won
gonna
the one
say
against the
probably no.
Steelers?
They probably
no.
They might have won one other one.
Hey, 2006 Steelers Seahawks. Sean Alexander. Who won that game? Who won that Super Bowl?
I don't know, but Sean Alexander, I love that man.
That was the Steelers then.
I think it was too.
Yeah.
So it might have been their first.
Yeah, I'm thinking because were they good in the night? I don't even know when they were founded, right? But
Yeah.
like it probably was in the 80s or 90s, and I don't think they won one at that point.
You could be right.
They probably have it. So what you're saying is a rarity.
Yeah, it's a rarity. He won them their only Super Bowl. He took them to 2. Okay, that's 2 more. That's 2 of the 3 probably that they've ever been to. Right? He took them there. And he didn't leave in like bad blood, right? He was a free agent. Right? Was he?
No, he got traded.
Did he
man.
get traded?
Noah Fant, all those draft picks. Yeah.
And he did request. Well, he was kind of beefing. It is a touchy subject.
It is.
I'm going to say because he pretty much was forcing the trade, right, and forcing the Seahawks' hand. I'm going to say they shouldn't cheer for him. I think they should boo him. Actually,
I agree. Okay.
Wow.
This is why too.
I
Let me
don't
put
like
this into
that.
terms. Let's say you're out with your girlfriend. Okay, you're going out on town. You see your ex-girlfriend. Do you go up and, hey, you know what I mean?
what? And you cheer on for the
Yeah.
new boyfriend she's got? Like, good for you. No.
You moved on.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Got you, son. I don't think I could do that.
This dude's just ready to beat your ass.
Yeah,
You're like,
well, no,
"Hey."
that guy is probably your best friend. He's like, yo, thank you, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck her later.
Yeah, but it's not it's not the same as that because Russell Wilson, he gave a lot of good years in Seattle. Like that's like
Well, hey,
right?
that ex-girlfriend could have been the best lay you've ever had, right? I don't know. She probably was marriage material, but something happened.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows?
maybe.
At the end of the day, we'll see what happens. I'm
a lot
anxious
of
to see.
comparable scenarios here,
Yeah.
like a little tit for tat.
It is. All right, moving on to the next one. That will be an interesting
I'm a nice
one.
guy,
I'm curious.
apparently.
Yeah, you have a genuine heart.
Contrary
genuine
to
soul.
popular belief. All right, Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the best
I wouldn't say
franchises of all time, coming out this week saying Mitch Trubisky is going to be their starting quarterback over Kenny Pickett, who
Yes.
performed admirably well in training camp.
Yep, right move.
I think that
Right
is
move.
the right move, yeah. And you just put him out there, and if he doesn't play good, you pull him.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not the first game, but like in the first game, but like after it or something.
After one, yeah.
Mitch Trubisky is the quarterback for the near future. Pickett is the quarterback of the future. You drafted Pickett really high. I understand that some people will say, well, yeah, because we drafted him really high, or in the first round, whatever you want to call it, right? That he should be starting immediately. That's why we drafted him, right?
Right.
But he's going to be there for years to come. And you might as well get your money's worth with Mitch Trubisky, who there isn't really a lot of pressure on the Steelers to be no one thinks they're going to win their division. I mean, maybe Steelers fans and maybe like 20% of all NFL fans think that, in my opinion,
I would say it's less than that.
even less than that, okay. But because you have the Ravens, you have the Bengals, right? I mean, realistically, you're not going to win the division. So put Trubisky out there and give him a little redemption. And if he really is that guy, that makes his trade value even higher. And if he just balls out, you can get some really good picks for him.
You
right?
can. Man, let me ask you guys this. Like, okay, so Trubisky started for the Bears for 3 or 4 years, and he made the playoffs 2 of them.
Yeah.
1 year they won 11 games. Like, so what suggests with Tomlin, with these weapons, with overall a better team, why that can't happen again?
No, I agree, and that's a good point. I think that it can happen. I don't have that much faith in Trubisky. That's the thing. Do you have faith in him?
I wouldn't say I have faith, but he's an upgrade over Ben Roethlisberger, and they made a playoffs last year.
Yes and no. He's an upgrade because he was old.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm talking about present time.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think that. I don't think he's going to play that well. So I think that what's his name?
Kenny Pickett?
Kenny Pickett,
Pickett's
yeah.
going to come in.
I do think Kenny Pickett will come in, but probably not till way later in the season. That division's so hard, right? They're not going to sweep any of the teams, even the Browns. I don't think they're going to sweep the Browns. I think they'll split the Browns. They'll split every single one. Hell, they might even lose maybe to the Bengals twice. I don't know. Well, we'll see this weekend,
We'll
right?
see. I think it's his job to lose. I think as long as they're winning games, as long as they're in the playoff hunt, it'll stay Trubisky's job. If Trubisky wants it to be his job, it's his job. Like if they go 11-6, like Trubisky has started every game.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's very fair, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So that is interesting news. I think we all kind of saw that coming. I feel like we talked about that like 4 times in the offseason. So
Sure we did.
what we predicted kind of came true. So last news and notes. So Zach Wilson, the New York Jets starter, the franchise that has missed the playoffs the most consecutive years in the NFL. 11 straight years. We're going on 12.
I was going to say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
2010 was the last one.
Last one.
And didn't they make the AFC Championship that year?
They may have if that was the Mark Sanchez
Yeah,
year.
it is Mark Sanchez year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
was
beat
that
the
year.
Patriots.
Yeah, you went from AFC Championship to missing 12 years in a row.
That's ridiculous, man.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
It's the Jets, and it's one of the most loyal fan bases too. So I mean, those people are fiending for something.
Look, they're in my division. I don't like the Jets, but I will say that I've seen quite a lot of Jets fans, and to be loyal to a team like that, I mean, it's hard enough being a Dolphins fan, but to be a Jets fan and you still love that team, respect to you.
But who did they have? Joe Namath? No.
Yeah.
Joe Namath
They
and
did have Joe Namath.
Vinny Testaverde? No. Did they have Vinny?
Yeah, they had Vinny,
Those are the 2 people that I know.
Mark Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez,
The
but
butt-
these
the
2
butt
current
fumble.
kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it is crazy they haven't made the playoffs in 11 years, and that says something. And I think we all can agree, even if Zach Wilson comes back, it's going to be 12 years. Like, there's no way this Jet team makes the playoff,
No way.
especially with the condition of the AFC.
Yeah.
But I think the bigger question here is, so they say he's out till week 4. That's the news.
Week 4.
Week 4 at least. Joe Flacco's going to get the reins.
Wow.
0-4.
Is it unrealistic to think if they win 2 games and they're sitting there with the second, third, first draft pick, is Zach Wilson done?
No.
He hasn't played yet, though.
He started almost every game last year.
No, are you saying with him? What was the question again?
So Zach Wilson's injured.
Yeah.
That's the news. He's not come back till week 4, right? But what I'm saying, let's say he comes back, they're 0-4. All right, he starts the games and he wins 2 more than he did last year.
Right.
So they finish 4 and what would that make it? 4 and 13, right?
4-13.
He's done.
4 and 13. They have the second overall pick.
Yeah.
Are they drafting a quarterback?
I don't know about that, but he's probably getting traded.
Well,
yeah, he's probably getting. Yeah, they're probably drafting a quarterback. I hope so.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I hope they do.
Because of how high that draft pick is going to be. They're in competition with the Houston Texans to be the worst team in the league, right?
Not the Houston Texans.
They're going to be pretty bad. What on the Houston Texans in the AFC?
I think they're going to be better than you think.
Yeah,
Texans are always a little bit better than you think. I don't like them.
Dan picked them as the 7th seed to make the playoffs in our pick 'em.
I don't care what Dan picked.
I don't either, but it gives a little context that they may not be the worst team.
I'd be hard pressed to find a worse team in the AFC. I mean, the Jets, and then who else?
Put me on the spot here.
The West is stacked. It's none of them. The North is stacked. It's none of them. And it's really just the Jets and the AFC in the East.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Jags
have a
Jags.
chance.
I think the Jags are going to be leaps and bounds better than the
which
Texans.
I do too.
Oh my God.
What about the Titans?
No, the Titans.
Browns.
Look, the Titans have lost some pieces, and I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but they're certainly going to be better than the Texans. The Texans are bad.
Yeah,
I mean,
they are bad.
bad.
But I guess you're proving my point. I think Zach Wilson is done. I'm putting the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
He already had such a short leash. Can't even talk. A lease coming from BYU, right?
Lease again. You said it
I
again.
know, right? He's buying rent. Short leash, and I just think he's setting himself up. I think the Jets are better off starting Joe Flacco the whole year.
Falco punch.
Falco. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he might
He's
win.
done.
I think Zach Wilson, this year you'll win like 3 or 4 games. With Joe Flacco, you'll win 1 game. 1 game all year with him.
Ooh.
I mean, he's aging like Roethlisberger,
really
but in his
old.
last 3 years. I mean, and Joe Flacco was, when they won the Super Bowl back in 2012, I was like, I love Joe Flacco. I love everything about Joe Flacco. He is an elite quarterback. Damn, did he drop off after that year. His stock has plummeted. He looks so bad.
Yeah.
So old.
He has, and
He's one of those quarterbacks that knows that he's just like hoping not to play because he knows if he goes out there, he's going to break some bones probably.
Yeah.
He just wants to get the money.
Yeah.
He's just there for the money.
He
I don't
is.
blame him at all. That's the easiest way to make money.
backup quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yep. Before we move on, though, I heard a nickname for Zach Wilson today. It was the Mormon Manziel.
Oh,
Yeah, that's good. That's very good.
I kind of like that.
I like that too.
Yeah. He's a quieter. He's not as loud and boisterous as Manziel, but
No.
play style, absolutely. And Mormon as fuck. Oh, I don't know if he's Mormon, but he went to BYU.
Whoa. All right. Moving on now. So as always, with the flights to the round table, and that is mainly because we drink flights of beer. We talk about football, talk about random shit. We just have a good time. And these flights are pretty good today.
Very good. I finished them.
Yes, I see that.
You finished them. Holy
You
moly.
do. You do.
Yeah.
So, Florian, why don't you tell the audience what we're drinking today? Because this is
Okay.
delectable.
And we started left to right, so that's where we're going to go. First one for the camera, looking in. It's from the brewery. I actually don't know where this brewery is.
California.
Ah, okay. Wow.
It's called the Brewery?
Yeah.
Yeah, but spelled differently. Very interesting. It's a passion fruit sour, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes like that. It's very good.
It's very good.
Yeah.
It's very fruity beer. If you're into it, you'd love it. If you're not into that, you're probably going to hate it. It's very polarizing beer. I dig it. It's really
I
good.
dig it too, and I've probably said this 4 times. Like, give me an orange sour over a red sour any day.
Oh, color-wise.
Yes.
But it is passion fruit.
That's my go-to. This could be my go-to beer right here.
Yeah, For you, I agree. I think you probably really like this.
I
beer.
love it.
Yeah, that's a hitter.
Okay, next we have from 11 Lakes Brewing in Cornelius. Wow. Okay, it sounds like something would be like in Michigan. I don't know why.
I agree.
That's only 5 lakes.
It's an American wheat ale with raspberry. Pretty like mild beer. Very good. Yeah. Just a nice balanced beer. It's refreshing.
Yeah, it kind of tastes like a popsicle is melted down a little bit.
You think so?
A little bit.
That sounds a little artificial in the flavor.
Try it. If you don't remember what it tasted like.
I
Is
don't
it that
remember.
one or is it this one?
I kicked it back. I loved
That's
it.
the pumpkin one.
No, I would say there's a little more to that than just a
try
melted
it.
down popsicle. My God, it's the slander, Drew. The absolute slander.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't like that.
Okay, well,
That's one of the.
okay. 11 Lakes. I fuck with you. If no one else will, I will.
I just want to send that clip to them next week.
Please do.
This is at a point blank, no other context, just you in this video. It's like, 11 lakes. I fuck with
I
you.
think we just locked down our next spot for our podcast.
I think we did.
With that little
I don't know if I want to go after this beer. Oh my goodness.
Okay, but hey, shut the fuck up. We need them.
Yeah, we're eventually
Next, we have Pitchside Pilsner, and that's from Noda Brewing here in Charlotte. And yeah, I think it's a little ode to our Charlotte FC football club. Sadly, they have been officially eliminated from playoff contention.
not officially, but in my mind, it's like 95% sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's like one more loss, and that's it.
They would literally have to win their last 5 games. Win, not draw. Win.
Yeah, win.
That sucks because they were doing so well in the beginning of the year.
They were.
Yeah,
It's sad. There was a lot of faith and hope and fun around that team, and
yeah.
couldn't get it done.
Hey, for first-year team, pretty good season. The games are electric. You know, if a little plug to Charlotte FC. If you're ever in town to Charlotte over the summer months, right, and you want to find something to do, you've been clubbing, you've been to bars, right, and you just kind of want to do something easy, go to a Charlotte FC game. Get seats in the supporter section. That's unlike anything. That's like the perfect amount of hype and like fun and I don't even know what, like, surprise factor.
Yeah.
But while also having a really chill evening, right? You're watching a game, but, like, unmatched.
Surprise factor that you're going to get beer on you? Is that
Yeah,
what it
you're
is?
going to get beer on you. You're going to end up underneath a tarp, right? Like, just fucking randomly.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's a good vibe.
Honestly.
It's a good vibe.
You never know what happens underneath the tarp,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I don't want to think about that. Florian, next beer.
Okay. And last but not least, because we're exiting summer and we're entering fall,
Yes.
and we're a little bit away from October, but not too far. We're gonna, kind of warm you guys up to the idea of fall beers with a little pumpkin blaster. It's a German pumpkin ale, which, I mean, I am German. I don't think we brew anything with pumpkin. I like the try here, but that is false advertising. But Sugar Creek, it is a very good beer. And we've had Sugar Creek before. Hell, we've done an episode of Sugar Creek. If you're ever in Charlotte visiting, check them out. They brew some amazing beers.
Yeah. Honestly, I can't wait to go back to Sugar Creek.
Yeah.
Me too.
That was a
It
fun
was
time.
fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Marcus and his team were very welcoming, and he was a great guest.
He was. He predicted Baker going to the freaking Carolina Panthers
did.
before it happened.
Yeah, he did.
So-
I mean, that was well before it happened.
Like-
That was like 2 months before it
At
happened.
least 2.
Yeah.
He knows some stuff.
Yeah.
Great beer too, and we're trying to make our rounds. We're being respectful to the Charlotte community, and not because we have to, because we want to. We want to try all the beer out here, but we will go back to Sugar Creek. That is a fact.
Please.
That is a fact. So, guys, this is a segment that caught a lot of wind last year and made some people a lot of money.
Yeah. So it's only right we bring it back.
We have to bring it back.
I mean, people's wallets are like aching for it at this point.
Yeah, and if you don't believe us, just listen to our episodes. And before we even released episodes, we did do a segment of this a few times. So it's in the archives if you need some more proof.
Yeah, we got the receipts.
Got the receipts. So this is going to be our betting segment. And Daniel, why don't you tell the people what's going on here?
All right, guys. You know what time it is. It is Daniel is a doofus. And we have some picks for you guys to go over. And if you don't know what this is, it is me, Daniel, picking my bets. Some dumb, some good, Some might win you money. Hopefully, all of them will win you money. You know, I'm not a professional gambler, so we do not.
Yeah, little disclaimer there.
Yeah.
I like that.
So
Definitely
Yeah.
a little disclaimer, but
talk to my lawyer if you have any questions. I don't.
Okay, good.
Yep. So I want to go over some games with you boys.
Yeah, and just for a little more context, guys, these are Daniel's picks, his betting, gambling, Vegas line picks
For
that
week
he
one.
spits out, and he's gonna win some money, possibly. So last year, this segment went 7-2, 7-2. People.
Think about that. I mean,
7 and
and you
2.
were putting how much money on bets?
I mean, I think I can't remember what it
Up to
started at.
500.
You went up to 500.
Yeah, we went at least to 500.
So, like at least half the games. I don't know. I'm just saying that, right?
yeah.
He was winning. I mean, he went 7-2 and was putting in $500 a game.
500.
Just let that sink in.
Yeah.
You would have won a lot of money last year.
Yeah,
So-
and
so-
I want to start it at week 1 at $100.
$100 for
Good.
week one.
Nice little humble 100.
Yeah,
You know?
humble 100 because it's not too low. I don't like whenever people go to their bookies or their legal gambling areas where you can in these states, and just do these $10, $20 bets because you might win, yes, but you're not going to win much. You might as well, win something. Go out to dinner with what you're winning.
Yeah. So, are you a doofus or not?
Yeah,
Let's see.
I am a doofus, so the two games I have chosen for us to talk about here is the Browns versus the Panthers. Had to do that because
Okay.
we're in Charlotte, and then Saints versus Falcons, not too
Okay.
far away in
All right,
Atlanta.
so let's start with Browns Panthers.
Yes.
What's the line?
The line is Panthers minus 1.5, 1.5.
So
Okay, so what
for-
do you guys feel about
For
that?
people that may not know betting, we're gonna make
Yeah.
this available to everyone. So
Easy.
Vegas gives out a spread.
True.
Daniel said Panthers minus 1.5.
Yes.
It pretty much means the game starts out with the Panthers have minus 1.5 points.
or
And the regular score stands.
or you're choosing of the other team with plus 1.5. So either or you can choose if it's easier for you to do the minus for the team where it says the minus or to go and do the opposite and plus for the other team. So yeah,
What are we feeling on that game?
I'm feeling the Panthers.
I am too.
I'm feeling the Panthers. I think it's an easy win. I think Baker comes with some revenge, some vengeance, and he just shocks everyone. And I hope. I know I'm a Panthers fan, so it is a little biased, but I just don't see just because we have McCaffrey back, we have all of our good people. I think there's a good chance that we win.
Yeah, I kind of agree. So let's clear our brains real quick. Let's imagine this game is getting played last year. Let's just imagine that right now.
Yeah.
We're probably picking the Browns like at least 5 points, maybe a touchdown.
Yeah.
So they lose Baker. He actually goes to the Panthers, which makes this ironic. Is that enough to give the Panthers minus 1.5 points here?
Yeah, it is.
I think that Baker knows everything about the Browns,
And they
so
know everything about him.
And it'll be close because the Panthers roster overall is not good. Whereas everything is in favor of the Browns except quarterback. I mean, Jacoby Brissett had a preseason to forget. Let me just tell you that. That guy was throwing interceptions left and right. And at least in one game, he was all over the place.
Yeah.
But that roster is so fucking good. Whereas the Panthers, they do have the better quarterback. And, yeah, the revenge aspect of that is a huge factor.
Their defense is very comparable.
It'd be
though.
different kind of different if Baker had to go to Cleveland. Hell, actually, I even think he'd play better if he went to Cleveland. I'm not going to lie.
He knows that turf.
He knows because he is a very spiteful guy. I don't know him that well, but I think he definitely holds a grudge. He wants to fuck them up, right, for what they did to him. Respectfully, honestly, he should, right? 1.5, I think they'll win by a field goal or more. I really do. I mean, I could see them winning by a field goal. It'd be that close, right? But I think that's possible, and I think it's very likely.
So this is a great conversation. So what's the other game, Daniel, that we might want to bet on for this one instead?
yes, the Saints versus the Falcons,
It's in Atlanta.
And who's favored?
and the Saints are favored
By how many points?
5.5.
in Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
In Atlanta. So
I'm pretty sure it's in Atlanta.
I'm going to take your word for that, but either way, I'm taking the Falcons
Plus 5.5.
plus 5.5 points.
See, I kind of like this
It's
one.
in Atlanta.
It's in Atlanta. Okay. See, this is good too. I think Mariota, we talked about Mariota a couple times on the pod last year, saying he's an underrated backup, possibly the best backup at the NFL. And you're taking on a Saints team without Sean Payton, right? 5.5 points is a lot for week 1. It really is.
Yeah.
I think if I could buy a 1.5, put me right at 7 to break even, possibly I would. But I do like this bet.
Yeah, I might do that as well. So for the viewers, if we do choose that, I think we will do that just for.
So you're picking who? You're picking what?
Well, I'm not saying who I'm picking yet, but if I did pick the Falcons, we would buy the 1.5. So just for safe coverage.
Yeah, that's a lot of points, especially for week 1. The rust factor, the teams are not necessarily very good, and Sean Payton being gone, I don't know. I mean, who is the coach? Is it Dennis Allen?
You guys are making
That sounds right.
You're making me question some of my picks here now.
It's just tough.
I mean, that division always competitive. I mean, one of the main things I hear whenever it's an NFC South matchup is it's an NFC South matchup. They're always close. I mean, they are always close. And,
Yeah.
And I think the Saints got worse and the Falcons stayed the same.
I mean, it's just the Bucks and then the other 3, right? And those other 3, any one of them can beat each other, I think. At this point.
So what do you guys feel most confident in?
Yeah.
Which one of those picks?
Which game should we bet on?
I personally like the Panthers Browns pick. I really like that.
So Panthers minus 1.5 points.
Yeah. For sure.
I'm gonna say yes to that too. Because the quarterback situation, the Panthers know that you just need to cover Chubb.
And it's at home. Baker's out for blood. Those are 2 huge things to consider.
I'm worried about the Saints. I'm worried about the Saints a little bit. That's the thing. And when Jameis when he's good, he's good.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I'd pick the Falcons plus.
Really?
5.5 points.
It is a lot of points.
I mean, what have the Panthers done to show they can beat a quality team? Like, if it was opposite, if it was Panthers plus 1.5, I would take that all day. But this is going to be a close game.
Okay, how confident are you in the Browns and, like, how good of a team they have offense and defensively?
It's practically the same team last year, except without Baker, you have Jacoby. And you got rid of Amari Cooper, so it limits your pass game. But
they do have the best offensive line, arguably, in football. It's just it doesn't help that Jacoby Brissett throws interceptions to linebackers.
And the Panthers have a good defense. Like they do. They have a top half defense, at least top 15 in my opinion.
So?
Yeah, I think so.
I wouldn't say all that.
This one's tough, but we got to make a decision.
Panthers,
we got to make a decision. Daniel, this is your segment.
Yeah.
I'm fine with both.
Leave it to you.
Leave it to you.
What will
Let's
it be?
pick it. Let's pick it.
So I have to really do my Daniel's the Doofus pick here. And the pick is the Panthers.
Yeah.
Panthers minus 1.5.
I'm going with the Panthers.
Lock it in.
Lock it in.
So the Panthers have to win by 2 for us to win this bet, boys.
Yes.
I think it'll come down to a game-winning field goal. Honestly, I could see it coming down to that.
To go ahead by 2. Yeah.
I really do. And then
see it.
Baker storms the field and probably flips the bird to the coach or the coaches. I don't know. I guess Freddie Kitchens isn't there anymore. So, no. And last year it was already the guy. What's his name?
Should we buy the 1.5 for just in case?
I think that makes it a little complicated.
Okay.
Stefanski.
Let's go straight up.
Straight up.
Right?
Stefanski.
Yeah, he flips the bird to Stefanski. Oh yeah, I could see it.
We need it. We need the Panthers to win.
Yeah. Okay, that was a good conversation around Daniel's the Doofus, guys. We will do that segment every week. On last year, if you would have bet money on Daniel's the Doofus, you would have came out with a lot of money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's your pick this week. Now moving on, let's do some more picks. We got 4 NFL games. Ironically, one is the Panthers Browns, so we'll go over that one briefly. But yeah, week 1 games. We got a lot of good games. The first one starting off Thursday night. Okay, my team, the LA Rams, formerly the St. Louis Rams.
Well, look at the shirt.
I liked them better when they were in St. Louis. But I had to take them down to LA. So week 1, we have the Buffalo Bills -2. They are the favorites
Wow, I know I saw that.
against the Rams at home, but we're just picking straight up.
That is pretty crazy. I thought about picking them too. I'm picking the Rams.
Wait, it's in LA and they're -2.
I know.
That says a lot. That says a lot about that team.
I think because the back-to-backs thing, and they're going against a good team, and I don't know. I agree. I don't know why it's there, but
It's defending champs. And
It's
they're an
because
underdog.
Vegas has to hedge their bet. More money is coming on the Bills to win the Super Bowl, and I think that's inflating this line. I think the Rams have the better coach. They have the better experienced quarterback,
fresh off a Super Bowl.
and I think better defense. I'm going Rams in this. They're going to be a very, very dominant force in this Thursday night game.
yeah, I'm betting on it.
Rams straight up.
I go Rams too.
Wow, clean sweep on the Ramesses.
Wow.
It's just because it's at home. Defending champs. I don't know. Like, the cliche thing, I guess, is defending champs always have rust the next season, right? They're not as motivated to repeat, right? I don't know. There's something about this team and it's honestly about Aaron Donald not letting this team fall like that. Like, Aaron Donald, I think, is a great leader. I mean, he might not be the most super vocal because you don't really hear a lot about him on the news, but I think inside the locker room, he's legit.
Yeah.
He is legit.
He's what you would call like a quiet leader.
Yeah.
Right?
He walks it. He doesn't just talk it. He walks it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes actions speak louder than words.
Yep.
Right, Daniel?
They do. 100% do.
So what would this action mean?
That he didn't win the bet. Okay,
Might happen.
Clean sweep on the Rams. I like that, actually. Okay. Another one of our teams, the Miami Dolphins, are
Yes.
hosting the New England Patriots.
What's the line? Just curious. Do you know?
The Dolphins are favorited by 3.5 points.
Ooh, that's a little high. I mean, not a little. Well, it is technically a little high. I think they could win it by a field goal. I'm not going to lie. If it was the line, I would probably pick the Patriots.
Yeah, me too.
But the Dolphins, it's straight up. I'm taking my Fins all day. I'm not gonna lie.
I go Dolphins. I think they win by over a touchdown.
Oh wow.
Wow, so we might need to bet on that too. I have the Dolphins too, just because like when we did the playoff stuff, they were my last team out. I had them at 8. I think they need to win the game at New England to get in the playoffs, and we'll see if that happens. But this one, money. Dolphins have this easy, I think.
Yeah.
So
I will say we do have to sweep the Patriots this year if we want to make the playoffs. That has to happen.
yeah, I think Tyreek Hill is just that good. He has an unmatched skill set in the NFL. He's really going to stretch that field, make the run game come easy, inside passes to Waddle, and they're going to do just enough.
My bold prediction: I think Waddle wins the game. It's going to be a touchdown pass to Waddle that wins the game, not to Tyreek Hill.
I think Tyreek gets a 15, 20-yard pass, and he just takes it up the side with a snake, with like from one side, snakes it up all the way to the other side, goes all the way to the
I agree. I think the Dolphins are down with about 5-6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and I think Tyreek Hill doesn't get a touchdown, like you said, but gets a nice 60-yard play that only he can make in the NFL.
Yeah.
Sets up Waddle for the touchdown.
Yeah, because Bill Belichick is going to send everyone to guard Tyreek Hill. He's not going to let Tyreek Hill win the game. And Waddle, I could not picture a better Robin to a Batman. I'm not going to lie. And this day and age, like you can make an argument Thielen to Jefferson. That's a great Robin right there. Maybe T. Higgins to Jamar Chase. But Waddle, what he did in his rookie year last year, just watch out.
It was impressive.
Just watch out.
All right, another clean sweep. All Dolphins here. There's not that many good games this week.
I think we just know who's going to win because we're good at what we do.
Yeah, that's a possibility too. All right, the next game that's a very close line against two highly touted teams this year. We have Green Bay going to Minnesota, and Green Bay is favored by 1.5 points.
That's crazy to me.
That's insulting to Minnesota. I'm not gonna lie.
I agree.
With everything that's happened, from the ayahuasca to Devontae Adams leaving, well, what the fuck has happened in Green Bay?
Only thing Green Bay has going for them is they have 2 great running backs, and that's it for me. And in my head, that's it.
Who is the second running back?
A.J. Dillon.
Oh,
Because Aaron Rodgers is nothing right now until he figures out who his number one is. And until I know, they're screwed. Until I know. He might know. I don't know. So to me, they're screwed.
I'm picking Minnesota on this. It's in Minnesota.
Easy. I mean, they're ready to go.
Just remember last year, how bad did the Saints beat the Packers first game of the season? They destroyed them.
Destroyed them. And happened the same thing. I bet you the same thing happens this year.
Now, here's the thing. Of course, Green Bay rallied. They made the playoffs, right? They won 12 out of 13 games or something. They went crazy. Right? I don't know. That might be an exaggeration. I'm just throwing a number out. But you know what I'm saying. They went off. But they did have that embarrassing loss to Jameis Winston and the Saints for opening game of the season last year. And I just don't see – that was with Devontae Adams. They don't have him anymore.
No,
and we don't know who Aaron Rodgers is going to throw the ball to. It's like almost Tunyon or bust. And
well, they got a couple rookies that have played really good.
Yeah, a couple rookies.
But you're right. It's not enough. And I think even if it comes down to a shootout, this is where Vikings said, okay, I don't care what we're doing on defense. They went out and got the Rams coordinator.
Yep.
I mean, you have Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison, Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson. I mean, Kirk Cousins is kind of like that Dak Prescott, Baker Mayfield-ish level. But
more like Dak Prescott.
But when you throw in that coordinator, it really makes you think like they can do that much more.
And they do have a top half defense. It might be 14 in the league, 15. But they do have a top half defense.
I've always liked Kirk Cousins. I know it's like weird for me to say that. You guys just huh?
You liked him?
I think he was always a decent quarterback.
He opened the door for Daniel.
Well, that's it. He's decent. He's not spectacular.
What a nice man.
Yeah. I got to go Vikings here, especially because I picked him to win the North. So
you did.
The real kings of the North.
And Daniel? And you said the Vikings.
I said the Vikings.
3 clean sweeps in a row.
Hey, I mean,
make it a fourth. I mean, might as well.
It is what it is. We're probably going to be. Well, hopefully, we're completely right. But in all likelihood, we fucked up somewhere.
It makes me want to bet on this though a lot because we're all very, very confident.
Yeah, I'd be anxious to hear what Dan had to say. So
I don't want to hear what he says because I feel very good about what we just said. All
fair
three
enough.
of us.
The last game I had picked out for us because of the closest of the line. We already talked about it, so you can just reiterate your pick. We had Cleveland at Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well. I say Panthers.
Give me the Panthers by 1 point.
Yeah, buddy.
Plot twist. Yeah.
1 point. So you got to buy some points then.
They win, but they don't cover.
Yeah, if we have some listeners that are listening intently.
Wait, so you're
just confused the fuck
Yeah, you just fucked my Daniels and Doofus up a little bit right there. I'm buying points, guys.
You have to.
Yeah, it's probably like, what the fuck does he mean? He's picking them to win, but they're not going to win the bet? What do you mean?
He just cursed me. If I lose, I'm coming after him now.
Jesus, don't come after me.
No, I might.
I mean, your next door neighbors shouldn't be too hard.
Can you imagine? I get TP and, there's
No, you're sleeping. Your sound is asleep, and you wake up, and Daniel's just above you. Hello.
I'd be like,
don't test me.
Get off. Yeah. So that's it for the picks today. I mean, I think it'd be fun for us to go through all of them and pick them, but unfortunately, we don't have time for that.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, we're on a very limited timetable.
It is what it is. So the other thing we've been doing recently is we have the sauce bracket, right? 64 teams, 64 sauces going against each other. We're going to find the ultimate sauce. Okay.
Yeah.
And we need our viewers to vote on what sauce is going to be the best, just to let everyone know.
We do.
Make that very clear.
We're going to have that poll on Twitter. We're going to have that poll on Instagram, TikTok. We will tally the votes, and the winner moves on. This is even going to be our decision.
Yeah. I wish it was, because I know which one I would choose to win the whole thing.
You know what? We should do that as our own decision.
Okay.
Behind the scenes. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Let's do that.
We just sit down for a little bit, pick some sauces.
Yeah,
we will.
Pick some sauces.
I'm going to
We're going to need a fifth person, though, because there's a 2-2. What do we do in that situation?
I am curious what the final four is going to be
Anthony,
looking like.
Expect a call from us and sauce deliberation.
Yes, Anthony will be helping us pick these if it comes down to it. So last seeds we do have. We have the 8 and the 9 seed right in the middle there, smack dab.
Most average sauces we could possibly think of.
Yeah,
I mean average.
They're average.
So
some might not be average because you know what? You never know. These really 7-8 might just win the whole thing. So don't be telling viewers they're average. What if they're the number one?
Yeah, but I'm just thinking logically. They're 8 and 9, right? They're not too great. They're not too shitty.
Well, you don't know that though.
There pretty much is no difference between an 8 and a 9 seed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's true.
It's like when you go on a busy road and you see like 3 gas stations and one has a gas price that's like 1 cent more. It's like, are you really picking that because of that?
Yeah. How about this, right? If I'm driving and the $1.60 is on the left and $1.61 is on the right,
I'm going right.
I'm going right. I'm not fucking waiting at that turn for a left. And
100%.
then possibly having to do a U-turn just to turn right into that station. And then when you leave, you have to do another U-turn. Get the fuck out of here. I'm going right. I'm paying that penny.
Yeah, just to save 12 cents.
Yeah, that's opportunity cost.
That is opportunistic.
Even though I probably don't have another opportunity to make money in that 5-minute period. But whatever.
Everything comes at a price.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who wants to lead this thing off? Let's do 9 seed first. 9 seed.
I'll go first. I'm gonna go with Taco Bell sauce, and specifically the medium, the mild,
Medium TB.
the mild. I guess it's not medium now; it's mild now.
Okay.
And they got rid of the green sauce, but if I could, I would say green sauce too as well. But they got rid of it on the East Coast at least. So
Wow, we live on the East Coast.
I know, so I don't get it anymore.
Okay.
You didn't even go with Taco Bell Fire.
I don't like spicy, so I stick with the mild.
That's good. Mild for the middle of the bracket.
Yeah.
Florian, who's your 9 seed?
I was going to hopefully go last here, but fine. I'll go. Because we had like behind the scenes deliberation about what qualifies as a sauce, and it is what it is. I'm running out of sauces here. I'm not going to lie. We've exhausted a good amount.
Yeah.
You know, me and Drew, we looked at top 100 sauces in the world on Google, right? There's like 3 different websites I looked at, and I've gone through all 100 of them. It's just like maybe 30 odd some of these sauces, right? You've never heard of because they're like specific to like different countries. I don't think our audience would get that, right?
No.
So we're pulling, we're working with very little here. Let's just say that. So I'm going to qualify a curry as a sauce, and I'm going to say a green curry. A Thai green curry fucks. It fucks.
You can do a green. I could see a green curry sauce.
Yeah.
But you have to call it a green curry sauce, so it has the green
here's
curry
the
with
thing.
like a sauce.
We
in
did
there.
Alfredo and marinara, and those are like big sauces. Like we got to
Yeah.
include some other genres here,
I agree.
you know? So I like that pick.
a curry sauce or a green curry sauce.
green curry.
sauce.
Yeah.
Boom.
Green curry, if you have never tried it, is one of the best tasting things.
Yeah.
I love that pick.
Yeah.
Is it spicy? Because I feel like it is
yeah.
really spicy, and I
Anything
usually
from-
don't get it.
Anything from that part of the world, Thailand, Vietnam, whatever. Oh, it's spicy.
Yeah, I don't get
and
that.
that mild is your fire.
Yeah,
I'm just telling
That
you
is
that.
true.
No, I agree.
All right, for me, I'm going with a Peruvian yellow sauce.
I've had
Ooh.
that. Hell, I've had that bottled.
Wait,
had
let me
that
let me
bottle?
let me say like Viva Chicken yellow sauce.
Yes,
Yeah.
like if you go to a Peruvian rotisserie chicken joint,
Yeah,
it's like
it's
a
good.
yellow mayo-based, very spiced sauce.
Very little
good.
Lately, when I've been going, and they've been very spicy.
Spicy.
Yeah,
Okay.
even the yellow one.
Honestly, out of all the sauces we have named, I feel like that is super underrated. If you have not tried Peruvian yellow sauce, you got to try it.
Yeah.
I like that. It's very good. It's the spiciest sauce I can go. I don't go any spicier than that.
Okay. And for Dan is not here, like we said. R.I.P. Dan.
Yep.
We love you, dog. So I will say yours. I don't have a reasoning behind it, but it's in Mayo Chop.
You said R.I.P. Dan like he passed
Mayo
away.
Chop?
Dan is alive to all the audience watching. We didn't
So-
just shrug off like his potential death here. Dan's alive, doing very well. He's on vacation.
So I have
R.I.P.
seen this in Walmart, but is it a sauce or is it just 2 sauces put together and he's just considering it a sauce? What do you think?
I mean, a lot of these ingredients are interchangeable, I think.
That's true.
I think it's a sauce, yeah. Mayo
Okay.
Chop.
Straight
Ketchup and
mayo,
mayo.
yeah, mayo and ketchup mixed together. Mayo chop.
Man, Chop.
No, I'm serious. That's what Dan chose.
Yeah, no.
We know.
I heard it. Yeah.
So, I mean, what are you
Okay,
gonna,
let him have it. I mean, can't do anything about it.
I just like, what are you gonna do about that? I don't know.
Daniel, what are you trying to get out of this?
I don't know. It's just a weird
Daniel
sauce.
is saying
I don't like it.
that.
Yeah, I don't like it because it's 2 sauces put together, and then you're saying that's a sauce. That doesn't
Yeah,
call.
but
that's like-
everything,
No.
everything we've picked so far is a combination of a few other sauces.
Let me give you an example.
Uh-huh.
Ranch and mayo.
Rayo
You don't do that.
or
Manch.
You don't do that. Okay? You don't
But
do that.
we do it on
What
the
about this?
flights
What
that
about
are
this? What about this?
around
What about this?
Uh-huh.
Ketchup and mustard.
Custard.
Nasty. You don't do that. You don't do that.
All right, we may not do it, but we do it here. So let's move on to 8 seeds here before we round out this episode. 8 seeds, 8 seeds, 8 seeds.
8 seed.
Okay, say it one more time.
8
Okay.
seeds.
I have 2, but I don't know which one I want to choose.
Well, decide quick.
I know. All right. I'm gonna go with honey barbecue.
So we do have barbecue sauce.
We do. I could change
it.
it.
It's a subgenre.
But it is sub.
I
it's a
think
sub.
Should I do my other
Can
one?
we hear your other one?
Okay, because the other one is a sub as well, though, kind of.
Well, just say
It's
it.
a Cholula.
What the fuck is Cholula? Like
It's a type of
hot sauce.
The Mexican hot
kind
sauce.
of a type of hot sauce.
It's pretty popular.
Yeah.
It's very popular, and that's the only hot sauce I like so far that I found. I just found it the other day. I love it.
You just found Cholula the other day.
Yeah.
That thing's been going strong for years, for decades.
I guess I haven't been going through the spicy, spicy
God.
things.
Steal some of this because I'm thirsty.
Yeah, you can have that one.
So Daniel didn't like that, but we won't say which one that is.
So I think you should go with Cholula. I think the lady on the front of it looks very inviting in terms of like this is a good shot sauce, you know.
And you know what I like about it? You know what's good? It has like a wooden little top to it.
Yeah, I
I don't
do
know.
like
This
that.
makes it special.
Makes it easy to put on.
I feel like they're hand carving those. I don't know. They're probably not, but
Probably not. But the thought is nice.
yeah.
What about you, Florian? 8 seed.
Okay.
8 seed. 8 seed.
It's also on the thicker side of sauces. If we made an exception for curry, I think we can make an exception for this. I'm talking Thanksgiving gravy.
Ooh.
Talk about average. It's
Do we
not
count that as a sauce, though?
I think we should.
for sure.
Like a white gravy or a dark gravy?
No, a dark gravy.
Yeah, I want to know specifics.
Dark gravy, like
like
you
a
make
gray
it from
then,
the
the
stalk.
gray one.
Yeah, no, God,
It's
gray.
It's a grayish brown.
It's brown.
I've never seen his face more disgusted.
Jesus.
Did you see
What
his
kind
face?
of flavorless
It's like
shit is that? Gray? What are you eating? I mean,
You're right.
this
It's
is coming
brown.
from the
It's
guy
like a
that likes
brownish
mild
gray, though.
sauce.
Don't say that shit right now.
It sounds like a cartoon made in 1928.
It's
black and
made
white.
from like the stock of the turkey, right? Like when you're baking
Yeah.
the turkey in there.
Butter.
Exactly. That's like clear, and
It's
then you have
not
to put
gray. It's brown. You
Okay.
throw some spices in there.
spice it
Dude,
up.
that
Okay.
is so good. I mean, it's an average sauce. That's why I think it's deserving. Hell, honestly, I'd like to. Well, no, you can't put over green curry. It's well deserved a 9 seed. I think it's probably on the back half of our bracket. It's just good. Like, who doesn't like gravy? Like leftovers the next day after Thanksgiving, you pour that on there. Like, it makes the leftovers better.
Yeah.
May not be what you think of initially when it's fresh, but leftovers, it makes
Hey,
the leftovers.
Florian, you had to do no more convincing. I think that's a fair.
You
I just
convinced
really
me,
wanna-
but you did need the convincing to be done. So.
Okay. I just want to paint a full picture for our audience.
All right, Picasso.
You painted the shit out of it.
We will move on to my 8 seed, and we're
Yeah.
gonna go tikka masala.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that.
You
And
know,
that's a sauce.
We
That
haven't
is-
included the
that's a
Indian
sauce.
region yet, so we had
Which
to
is
show
a
some
shame.
love. It's a shame. It is one of my top genres of ethnic food.
Yeah.
I think it's just because they have sauces, but most people over here don't know about them. We just know like the curries, like the yellow,
Yeah.
the red, the green, and we know the tikka masala. We know a few other tiny things, but they're not very, very popular. I think the curry and the masala, whatever it is,
Tikka masala.
yeah, very popular. So I think that's why.
I think when we ranked our favorite foods, like in the world, right? I think I had Indian food as my favorite. I love Indian food. Oh my god, I could swim in tikka masala.
Yeah.
Like I love it.
Wow. Can you imagine what he would look like after he got out of that pool?
I know what he's getting for his birthday.
I can tell you one thing
A
that
Lil
if
Wayne
I was
poster.
if I was an Olympic swimmer and I trained in a pool full of tikka masala, dude, I would be shredded to the 9 because of how thick that sauce is going to be. The amount of torque that's required for me to do a breaststroke through that pool. Okay?
The viscosity.
I'd be shredded.
Yeah, you would.
I'd do it.
Jacked guy.
Dude, ridiculous.
So for the last sauce in the 2022 Ultimate Sauce Bracket, Sauce Madness, Dan Radajak selects plum sauce.
I know he got that
Wow.
off of that list. I know he looked up top 100 because that was
Wow.
100 on the list. I looked it up.
It was number 100.
It was the last one of the top 100.
Can you imagine that sweat bead? Like he's reading 97, 98.
He's like, I haven't found one. Tell me there is one. And he gets to 100 and is like, it'll have to do.
Yeah.
Plum sauce? Have you ever had plum sauce?
Yeah, I have. It's common in like Chinese food. And,
Is it?
Yeah, Asian food. Like it's good for like egg rolls and other fried
Plum
foods.
sauce?
You never
Yeah.
have it by itself. You always have it hidden.
So I gotta say, we have represented and rightfully so. I'm spitting out facts here. The Asian culture very heavily in this bracket.
Because they have the best food.
And
I would agree.
100% they do. Asian culture has the best food.
I mean, we have soy, sweet and sour, General Tso's.
We
plum.
have artificial art, like it's like artifacts now. It's like it's so fucked up
Welcome to the Antarctica podcast.
of fast food and clog your arteries and let's fuck everything
honestly, Asian food is good. Like whether it's home cooked meals, like freshly prepared meals, whatever. And then you can go all the way to their fast food versions, and they still fuck harder than any other fast food. Really,
They do. You're right,
Like
100%.
Asian takeout, sure, it's fast food. It's so good.
Yeah, I would take that over your typical American fast food chain takeouts all day.
All day.
up. I'm gonna have to say South America. They need to up their game on some fast food. I've been
Yeah.
there. Up the game.
I have never had South American fast food.
They need to up the game.
Well, up in the game, that's what we do here, boys. We're at the 1 hour mark. Perfect time to say goodbye. It always flies by, and we're having a good time here at the Flights to the Round Table.
It does.
Before we head out of here, is there anything anybody wanted to say, proclaim, stake, bet, hit?
No, I mean, honestly, I'm just like, last weekend I did nothing but watch college football, and that was amazing. And I just can't wait for Sunday, just
Me
watching
neither.
Red Zone all day.
Yes.
Having like 3-4 TVs set up. Like,
I
I can't wait.
I'll do a little thing here. I'll do something special for any of our guests that want to hear more of my bets. You can DM us on our Instagram and ask us my personal bets.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Daniel will answer.
That is at FOTRT podcast on Instagram. Can't miss it.
Mm-hmm.
We will happily give you our betting advice.
Yep.
So we are not professional bettors, and we do not condone betting. But if you're asking for it, we'll give it to you.
Yep. I love that. You know, just disclaimer.
Little disclaimer. So appreciate everybody coming back. If you're new here, follow us at all our social medias, FOTRT podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Had a great time tonight. I think next week we're going to be at a brewery. More to come on that. Got some things in the work. And other than that, y'all have a great night. Appreciate you tuning in.
Yep. Peace.
Peace.